Emiandu Josi Memiruka Jeshan Bereku Salaba kwa Yesu Siriena Chiringa Winjira Ingo Efe Shina Shavan Skalira Kate Miandu Josi Memiruka Jeshan Bereku Salaba kwa Yesu. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, that small hit inasema, hiyo ni wimbo moja sana ilikuwa inapendwa na mama yangu, na ninajua wengi sana wale waliokuwa wanasikia hiyo wimbo. Wako pale watu waliokuwa wanasikia hiyo wimbo, wabebe mikono juu. Mungu awabariki. Hii inamaanisha hiyo wimbo ya kwamba hata uwe na nini, uwe na akili ya aina gani, na uwe na pesa za aina gani duniani, hasitaweza kama wewe sio mtu mcha Mungu kukupeleka mbinguni ama kukufaidi. Kwa hivyo ni nini itakayokuzuia kuingia mbinguni kama unamjua Mungu? Na ndio wewe president ulitufanya hivyo. Kwa ajili wewe ni mcha Mungu, ulitukanyaga. Mimi nikiwa mmoja wao masenior campaigners wakati huo, si namna hivyo. Haya, wacha kwanza nitambue heshimiwa, alafu hiyo tutachapa baadaye. Your Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Daktari William Samoei Ruto, Your Excellency the Deputy President Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, Your Excellency the Chief Cabinet Secretary or Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Musalia Mudavadi, Wycliffe. I want also to recognize the Speaker of the Senator, Honorable Amason Kingi, accompanied by one cabinet secretary from my home area, my second home area of Kilifi, Sister Aisha Jumwa, the cabinet secretary of Labor, Social Protection, Sister Florence Bore, all cabinet secretaries who accompanied His Excellency the President and who are here, including Honorable Waziri wetu wa Foreign Affairs, the Principal Secretary Minister of Labor and Social Protection, Geoffrey Kaituko, other Principal Secretaries present, the Executive Director of the Federation of Kenya Employers, Sister Jacqueline Mugo, the Chairman Labor Committee who is here in Parliament, Brother Muchangi Karemba, waheshimiwa wabunge wote ambao wako hapa na sisi, the chairman, the ambassadors and high commissioners present, ILO Regional Director for East Africa, Brother Wellington Chibebe, and also I want to recognize Ms. Zainabu Hawa, Director General of UN Office in Nairobi, and Dr. Stephen Jackron of United Nations Resident Coordinator based here in Nairobi. I want also to take this opportunity to recognize the chairman of the National Social Security Fund, NSSF, Anthony Munyiri, the acting managing trustee, National Social Security Fund, Brother David Mwangangi, chairman, National Health Insurance Fund, Michael Kamau, engineer, the acting chief executive officer, National Health Insurance Fund, Brother Samson Kuhora. I want also to recognize the chairman of National Industrial Training Authority, Dr. Kamau Gashiki, Director General of the Industrial Training Authority, Dr. Stephen Ogenga, the entire court executive board members who are here with me, without also leaving my own wife, Madam, or my wife, Mary Atuoli, who is with me here. Other dignitaries present, brothers and sisters. First of all, let me start by Your Excellency taking this important opportunity to very highly thank you for honoring our invitation and accepting to be the chief guest during the 58th Labor Day celebrations, whose theme is Kenyan Workers for Economic Growth, Political Stability, and Job Creation. This is the year's theme, Your Excellency. It reminds us that without political stability in our country, we cannot be able to grow our economy and hence create employment for our young men and women. Your Excellency, this is a very special Labor Day for you, considering it is first Labor Day celebration with you as our President. We at Kitu, Kenya, Your Excellency, we remain greatly indebted to you for being receptive and honoring us, bearing in mind that we had opposition during your election, but nevertheless, here you are with us. We therefore accept and remind ourselves that we do indeed owe you more than what you owe to us. We also want to take this opportunity to highly thank you for having given us the first opportunity to meet all labor leaders while you are still reorganizing your office. And that was not, we can't take it as workers just for granted, that because you love workers, you accepted our delegation to be with you on 14th of February 2023 at State House, Nairobi. And you moved with speed to adopt and implement some of our proposals, including proposing ratification of the ILO Convention 190 on harassment and violence at work. We are very grateful for that, Your Excellency. A little bit of our history, and I want also to echo the sentiments that were expressed by our Governor Johnston Sakaja. Our governor did narrate a very long history of Eastlands, including Mbotela, where I grew up, and Eastlands being part of the Nairobi and place where workers reside in this republic of ours. Labor Day has a unique history dating back from 1st May in 1986. And this is all about strikes and dissatisfaction of workers in their places of work, including here in 1901 when we had a railway workers' strike that led to workers to be part and parcel of the other international workers during those colonial days. And we want also to take this opportunity to thank our founding father, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, who declared this day, Labor Day in 1963, immediately after our independence, to be part, Kenya to be part and parcel of the international community in recognizing and also celebrating this wonderful day. Your Excellency, we, for a long time, we want to take this opportunity to thank government, because most of your predecessors have always appeared on this day to commemorate and to join working men and women of our republic in celebrating this wonderful day. Being your first day to be with us, Your Excellency, Go to Kenya, without any doubt, was amongst the first people, particularly after the Supreme Court accepting your election and affirming it as a President of the Republic of Kenya. We had to accept it as workers and to congratulate you. We did this considering that the fact that as workers we are guided by the ILO Convention number 144 on tripartism arrangements. This requires us to consult your government on a daily basis, and also all delegations of workers, be it in Addis Ababa during the African Union Labor and Social Affairs Committee or Commission during those days. This delegation is led by no other person but by your Minister for Labor, is the one who leads such a delegation. Our delegation to Geneva, which is annual, to attend the International Labor Conference, is always led by the Minister for Labor representing Kenya government. We as workers and employers, we just automatically become part of government's delegation outside our boundaries. So as workers, if you would have said we are not recognizing you, then you would have equally said you are not also recognizing us. And that would have created a big rift under tripartite arrangements as it is known locally and internationally. We thank you and we echo your quick response in bringing us closer to your government. This is because when we attained independence in 1963, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta was equally a person who did plant a sense of direction to our masses in an area of forgiveness and forgetting the past, forging ahead as a nation. You extended your hand not only to the workers, but to so many political groupings in our republic. And we can't take it for granted, Your Excellency. We want to thank you for that. I want also to say something little about NSSF, Your Excellency. You have guided us within a shortest possible time to make us realize that we wasted a lot of time on 200 shillings employers, 200 shillings workers, of which could not be able to assist any retiree after working for 40, 30, 60 years. We are part now and parcel of 6%, and we know for sure that when we exit from what we are doing as employees or members of various trade union organizations, we will be able to benefit out of that in order to avoid the old age poverty. On National Health Insurance Fund, Your Excellency, Kotu Kenya equally thank you for appointing a new chairman and a board of the National Health Insurance Fund. Your Excellency, some of us, we know Engineer Kamau personally. He's a man of no nonsense, and we are sure he will have to lead that board into new reforms and make sure that NHIF is closer to its mandate, and it works and it assists Kenyans of all shades, and also to assist you in your universal health care as enshrined into our Constitution. NHIF currently requires, it is in dire need of transformation because of the changing pattern and so many different diseases that are facing our workers everywhere, including cancer, which is so much prevalent in our republic. On an area of climate change, Your Excellency, I want to thank you. You took it upon yourself. You went to Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt to be part of the global community in advocating and finding ways as per how, as a nation, we can be able to mitigate the climate change which is caused by global warming. And you went further, Your Excellency, to make sure that as we had a 4-year drought, you had to seek for spiritual guidance when you invited church leaders, pastors, and other church, both Muslims and Christians, at State House to pray for what we are seeing now. It would have been with us right now here, but I promised you it can't rain until after your speech, because I come from an area of people who control rain in Western Kenya. Your Excellency, also last year in November, while addressing the ITUC Congress in Melbourne, Australia, I lauded your government for its initiative towards disability inclusion. At this juncture, Your Excellency, I would kindly request you to ensure that workers are represented on the governance board of the National Council for Persons with Disability, because disability is with us, and we must also champion the aspirations of the people living with disabilities so that they can be part and parcel of our working community. An area that Johnson Sakaja, our governor, touched on in an area of the security guys and the security companies we have. I want to say this, Your Excellency. As workers, we have written to you and remain grateful for your positive response towards ensuring that mechanization, the agricultural sector, and the outsourcing of labor are stopped. In every country, Your Excellency, the governments are concerned about their people, their working people. Kindly, Your Excellency, close your ears and don't listen to those who say outsourcing, if it is outlawed, will deal a major blow to the way of doing businesses. This is a total lie, because many countries have outlawed it because it amounts to indirect slavery. And the ILO, we have said that if you outsource, those people outsourced working on your premises remains your responsibility. And you must accept them to have a free and independent negotiations of their CBA. Further, Your Excellency, the outsourced labor does not feature anywhere in our revenue collection books, nor do they contribute to the NSSF and NHIF. Let your government take action, because most of these outsourced people are paid in cash. A good example, Your Excellency, is the private security sector, of which Governor Sakaja has just mentioned, where more than 1.2 million Kenyans are employed, yet most of them are paid in cash. There is another animal which has lived with us, Your Excellency, and this one you must also close your eyes and deal with it. This animal called SRC. SRC, when it was put in place, it was meant to advise particularly the public sector area of employment, state officers and those other people. But what it has done, Your Excellency, and this negates the principles of the International Labour Organization, ILO Convention number 87 and number 98, that they want to negotiate, they want to decide on CBAs CBAs are freely negotiated between workers and employers on free, you see, on give and take basis. There should be no any barrier in between. And the former Attorney General Githu Muigai wrote to us assuring us that SRC, their role is advisory. It's not to enter into negotiations to bar the freely negotiated CBAs and so on. And we don't want to mention this. We love this country. Otherwise, we can take this matter to the ILO. But because we are part and parcel of this country, Your Excellency, and we know how you move. You are a swift worker. You move very fast. And I know you will have to make some changes in the SRC behavior. Even you, they want to consider what our head of state is supposed to get when they are not outside there talking to people. And we cannot allow that. Privatization of state corporations, Your Excellency, I want to thank you very much. We have parastatals that are connected closer to our hearts, that they cannot just be privatized like that. And I want you barred privatization of our sugar industries in this country. That is good. We have industries that are performing, Kenya Ports Authority, Kenya Airways, and so many others that we are proud of, Your Excellency, including KBC, Kenya Pipeline Reinsurance Corporation, and so many others that are performing well, which they just require stiff and modern applications of management to make themselves sustainable other than privatizing. And you have a lot of people who can help you to do this job. Your Excellency, the last thing I want to talk about is that this country doesn't have an organized public transport. I would like to thank the government of Kenya for making a strategic policy decision to invest in transformative green mobility in Nairobi. This came following your recent visit to the European Commission that saw the European Union and your government